One of my favorite things now is just seeing you guys spamming my name and tagging me on almost every single Tasty video that they upload. I'm shocked they haven't blacklisted my name yet. Shoutouts to all you guys though that have been doing that. It genuinely makes me laugh every single time I see it. But what is going on today, my peeps? Welcome back to a brand new BuzzFeed test. This one is hopefully not going to be too late in the day on Friday. I'm filming this at midnight the night before. But this one is an OG recipe. It's from over 2 years ago. It's the Sliders 4 Ways. You guys, I'm sure, have seen this video. This week I didn't do a Twitter poll or Instagram story poll just because I wanted to choose one for myself. I've been doing a ton of desserts. I wanted to get back to some normal foods for a little bit. And I've wanted to try this forever, so let's get right into it. Now guys, right off the bat, I will admit that I'm gonna skip over the egg one, and that's A, because I don't know what I'm gonna do with 80 sliders in the end, and B, I think we all know what scrambled eggs and ham taste like together, so I'm only gonna do 3 of them. So let's start today by preparing the chicken that I'm gonna use for 2 of the 3 sliders. And if you go back a few weeks worth of my videos, you would see the sheet pan crunch wrap, where I parboiled some chicken, I shredded it up to make some fajitas with, and I'm gonna prepare my chicken today very similarly. In a saucepan, I threw down some chicken breasts, boneless and skinless of course, tossed in some cold water, let it come to a boil, and then simmer off for about 25 minutes until these things were cooked all the way through. Ever since I've made that video, I've used this cooking method a few times. It's really easy. Once you cook the chicken for enough time and let them cool, you should be able to shred them up with a couple of forks pretty easily. You kind of get this perfect, like, pulled chicken consistency for some sandwiches or fajitas or tacos or whatever you want to make. So I suggest trying this if you haven't. But I did toss that over to the side while I chopped up some of my onion. We're not going to need a ton of this today, so I just chopped up a smaller red onion. And then some of my fresh parsley, of course, by separating all the leaves and giving that a nice fine chop. And to add some fuel to the fire of more things I'm changing in this video, I wasn't able to find those smaller sheets of those like Hawaiian dinner roll type things. I found these slightly larger ones. They should work the same. Lighten up, people. It's just bread. It is bad now that as I'm filming this in real time, I'm envisioning all the comments and you guys typing them out like, he changed the dinner rolls, it's gonna taste completely different. No, relax, it's just bread. But let's move right along. So I grabbed the bottom half of some of my slider buns and kind of pieced about 9 of them together to get a square. Tossed down some of my shredded chicken as well as some barbecue sauce. You can use whatever type of sauce that you like for this. A nice layer of our chopped up red onions, and then finish it all off with some slices of pepper jack cheese. I sprinkled a little bit of my fresh chopped up parsley before adding the top layer of the buns and just brushing on some melted butter on top of that. This is probably to prevent them from browning too quickly in the oven if I had to guess. But once I did that, I baked them at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. I took them out and the buns were kinda hard. They probably didn't need 20 minutes, maybe closer to 15 or 16, but I did get a piece, so let's move on to number 2. Next up is gonna be our chicken parm-esque sliders. I first started with another layer of that shredded up chicken that we prepared with some marinara sauce. I wasn't sure exactly how much to put on, so I just kind of guessed here before adding on some fresh mozzarella and then some more of that fresh parsley. A big difference with this one, instead of just butter, I combined some butter and fresh garlic, some of that parsley and Parmesan cheese, and basically spread that over the top of the buns instead of just the butter alone. I baked this off in the same temperature oven for a little less time so those buns wouldn't brown up as quickly, and this is looking pretty good too, so let's move on to our third and final slider. This one's gonna be the most work if I had to guess. I grabbed 2 pounds of ground beef. I seasoned this just with some salt and pepper and garlic powder and gave that a mix before throwing it onto my cookie sheet and trying to get it into a big flat square. You want this considerably larger than the buns that you're gonna put this on because it's gonna shrink a lot in the oven as you bake it. It's also gonna create a ton of very hot burger grease, so as you're taking it out of your hot oven, be careful. Don't spill this all over your hand. But once I did have that cooked patty, I transferred it over to another layer of my slider buns. Tossed on some more red onion along with some cheddar slices this time, those finishing buns, and some more butter. Apparently even in non-baking recipes, we still go through a ton of butter on this show. No surprises there. I grabbed myself one of each type of my sliders, and I'm excited to see how these taste, so let's give them a try. Now, as per usual with most of my videos and tasty recipes, they don't come out looking as good as theirs do. Theirs look like they could be in a commercial or something. Mine do not, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start with the barbecue chicken one. It's got that barbecue sauce, some pepper jack cheese. Okay, I can get down with this. When you prepare chicken like this, it's kind of impossible for it to dry out, like when you parboil it like that. And then you just douse it with barbecue sauce. I could use some pickles on here maybe a little bit of hot sauce or something, but I like this a lot. I'm happy with that one. As you can tell, I would eat a bunch of those, so 9 out of 10. Now here is my mess of a chicken parm one. It's kind of like falling apart on me. So the flavor is good, chicken's good, sauce is good. This bottom bun is like gross. It's like a soggy, there's a lot of things I could say that it resembles. I won't say any of them. How about if I eat it like this? It's better. I probably went a little too heavy with the marinara sauce, so if you're gonna try that one, go very light. A 6 out of 10. And for the finale, our classic cheeseburger slider. This thing is monstrous for a slider. It's very thick, and it looks kind of dry. Mainly probably because I baked it, but... That's gross. Don't do that. Oh, it's like a salty, dried meatloaf. Look at that. Yeah, that's disgusting. Look how dry and like, ugh. I hate meatloaf too, so that's like the worst. Yeah, don't do that. If you are gonna try to make sliders, do it normally. Don't try to cheat and bake it because it comes out terrible. Make them really thin, grill it, or put it in a frying pan or something. Like, that's nasty. I was just choking dying. I hope you guys enjoyed today's BuzzFeed test. If you did, leave me a big like. I know this one was kinda boring, maybe a little slow, not as excitable as some of the other ones, but it was nice to have a little bit of a break this week. We've done so many desserts and crazy over-the-top stuff, so it was nice to take it easy. But let me know what you want to see next week. I'll probably do another Instagram poll in the next few days. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Look out for that. Other than that, have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you right back here next time.